Good morning, students. Today we will do some more problems in vector addition. Yes, 15 problems we have completed already. Now this is the 16th one. This is an important model. I'll write here important. Example 16. In triangle OAB, E is the midpoint of AB. Please see the diagram. In triangle OAB, E is the midpoint of AB here. E is the midpoint of AB and F is a point on OA. F is a point on OA such that OF is equal to 2FA. That means OF by FA is equal to 2 by 1. OF by FA is equal to 2:1. So OF by FA is equal to 2:1. So I have marked the ratio there. OF by FA 2:1. Now if C is the point of intersection of OE and BF, O and E are joined, B and F are joined, so they are intersecting at the point C. Then find the ratios OC is to CE. See the ratio OC is to CE and also BC is to CF. BC is to CF. These two ratios we have to find out. So OC is to CE, let it be X is to 1. I have already written in the diagram. Similarly, second ratio, which one we have to find out? BC is to CF. BC is to CF, let it be Y is to 1. That means we have to find the two numbers X and Y. So let us take O as origin. In the problem itself is saying triangle OAB, means indirectly suggesting that please take the point O as origin. Okay. So O is origin. Let OA bar is equal to A bar. Here. OA bar is equal to A bar and OB bar is equal to B bar. OA bar is equal to A bar means what? The position vector of the point A is small a bar. Is it not? Origin is O. So OA bar is called the position vector of the point A. It is A bar, so it is written in the brackets. So generally for the points in the brackets we write their position vectors. Similarly, let OB bar is equal to B bar. That means the position vector of point B is B bar, so it is written in the brackets. Now, because E is given as the midpoint of B and A, for AB, B, E is the, what is the midpoint formula? A bar plus B bar by 2. This point A bar, that point B bar position vector, so the midpoint's position vector will be A bar plus B bar by 2. Similarly here, the ratio you can use the section formula 2:1. 2:1. Therefore, the position vector of F, which I am writing in the brackets, is obtained by what? 2 into A bar plus 1 into 0 bar, because this is origin. So 2 into A bar, 1 into 0 bar is 0 bar, leave it. So 2 into A bar by 2 plus 1. That means 2 into A bar by 3. So the position vector of F is 2A bar by 3. Now, we have assumed that the ratio OC is to CE is equal to X is to 1. So using the section formula for X is to 1, you can find the position vector of C. Similarly, for the same point C, you can find the position vector by using the ratio Y is to 1 also and equate these two. So finally, I am getting position vector of C means OC bar. Using the ratio X is to 1, how do you get it? X into that point's position vector plus 1 into this point's position vector is 0 bar divided by X plus 1. Okay. So X into A bar plus B bar by 2 plus 1 into 0 bar. That is why I have not written. 1 into 0 bar is 0 bar by X plus 1. Okay. This is the position vector of C, that is OC bar. Same point C's position vector you can obtain by using the ratio y:1 also. Y into this point's position vector 2a bar by 3 plus 1 into that point's position vector by y plus 1. So y into 2a bar by 3 here plus 1 into what? That side b bar by y plus 1. So this is the main equation now. Now we can equate the coefficients of a bar, b bar both sides, because a bar, b bar are non-collinear vectors. See, OA bar is a bar, OB bar is b bar. They are in different directions. So they are non-collinear vectors. So non-collinear vectors a bar, b bar, therefore their coefficients on the left side and right side must be equal in this equation. So what is the coefficient of a bar here? X by 2 into x plus 1. Okay. Here right side, what is the coefficient of a bar? 2y by 3 into y plus 1. So let us call this equation number 1. Next, to equate the coefficient of b bar. Coefficient of b bar is also same. Here you can see on the left side. X by 2 into 2 plus, x by 2 into x plus 1. Same coefficient as a bar. Right side, what is the coefficient of b bar? Simply 1 by y plus 1. So let us call this second equation. So we have to solve these equations and find the values of x and y. So left side, let us divide 1 by 2. First equation divided by second equation. Left side, same quantities are there, you will get 1. Right side, this y plus 1 gets cancelled, is it not? So you will get simply 2y by 3. So 2y by 3 on the right side, 1 on the left side. So these two are equal, therefore y is equal to 3 by 2. Put y is equal to 3 by 2 in the second equation and get the value of x. That is what I am doing on the next page. So x by 2 into x plus 1 is equal to 1 by y plus 1. I will put y is equal to 3 by 2. Next page. Yes, x by 2 into x plus 1 is equal to 1 by y plus 1, where already y is equal to 3 by 2 I have obtained. So I have put y is equal to 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 plus 1, 5 by 2. So 1 by 5 by 2, 2 by 5. Now first and last cross multiply. So 5x is equal to 2 into 2, 4 into x plus 1 means 4x plus 4. So 5x is equal to 4x plus 4 means x is equal to 4. So the values of x and y we have obtained. X equal to 4 and y is equal to 3 by 2. But what is x? Let us go back and see. X is what? OC is to CE. First ratio. OC is to CE, x is to 1. That is 4 is to 1. Is it not? And second ratio, BC is to CF. BC is to CF is what? That is y 3 by 2 is to 1 means 3 is to 2. So one ratio is 4 is to 1, other ratio is 3 is to 2. So this is an important model. Okay. For a point, you will get the position vector in two different ways. Those two, equate them and equate the coefficients of a bar, b bar, you can get the. So this type of problems are very important. They are being asked in the mains and advanced paper also. Sometimes is asking these models. Okay. Let us see the next problem. That is 17. Okay. This is also very important. Angular bisector. So this is this concept is very, very important. O is the origin and OA bar is equal to A bar, that is I minus 2j plus 2k. OA bar means position vector of the point A, because O is the origin. OA bar is nothing but position vector of point A, that is given as I minus 2j plus 2k. Similarly, position vector of B is also given. OB bar is B bar. So minus 2i plus 6j minus 3k. Okay. See the diagram here. O is the origin. OA bar, point A is here. OA bar is A bar. And here B is the point. So bar is B bar. Now let us see the magnitudes of these vectors. Mod A bar. Mod A bar, what? Root of I coefficient whole square plus j coefficient whole square plus k coefficient whole square. 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. 4 plus 4 plus 1, 9. Root 9 is 3. What about the magnitude of B bar? Mod B bar. Mod B bar is root of what? 2 square plus 6 square, 3 square. So that is 6 square, 36 plus 4, 40. 40 plus 3 square, 9. 49. Root 49 is 7. See that this is very important. Please see. A bar is having only 3 units length, magnitude, whereas B bar is 7. Okay. So that is why I have drawn A bar, OA bar very shorter one and OB bar longer one. Is it not? OB bar is 7 units. So OB I have done longer, OA shorter. Okay. Now if you add A and B, A bar plus B bar, what happens? Let us see. A bar plus B bar I am adding by using the parallelogram law. This is a parallelogram, not a rhombus. Rhombus means all sides will be equal. OA and OB will be equal. Here it is not a rhombus but only parallelogram. What happens? A bar plus B bar is nothing but the diagonal, is it not? If OA and OB are the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, according to parallelogram law of addition of vectors, A bar plus B bar will be represented by the diagonal. This diagonal makes angles alpha, beta here with B bar and A bar separately. Will they be equal? No. Alpha will be less and beta will be more because B bar is a stronger vector than A bar. So it pulls the resultant vector A bar plus B bar towards its side. This is a stronger vector. That is a weaker vector because magnitude is more here. So the resultant will be towards B bar only. Therefore alpha will be very less and beta will be very more. Suppose you increase the length of B bar further, then A bar plus B bar will be tail tilting towards B bar. So we want a vector in the direction of the angular bisector. It should make equal angles. Therefore, we should make the two vectors A bar and B bar of equal length. How do you make? A bar is having only magnitude 3 and B bar is magnitude 7. How do you make them equal in magnitude? Just by multiplying A bar by 7 and B bar by 3. Therefore, I consider 7A bar. If A bar's magnitude is 3, what is the magnitude of 7A bar? 21. B bar's magnitude is only 7. If you consider 3B bar, B bar's magnitude is 7, 3B bar's magnitude will be 21. Therefore, 7A bar and 3B bar will have equal magnitudes. That means the lengths will be equal. Here OA1, OB1 in the second diagram you see, OA1, OB1 will now have two equal lengths. OA1 and OB1 are equal. Therefore, what happens to the parallelogram? It becomes a rhombus. In a rhombus, the diagonal bisects the angle. So if alpha and beta are the angles, now alpha will be equal to beta. Because both sides equal powers are pulling it. This vector and that vector are equal. Both sides we are pulling equally. Therefore, it will go in the midway only. It will not tilt towards any vector. So, 7A bar plus 3B bar you add. Then you will get a vector in the direction of the angular bisector. This is the method always you have to follow. So, suppose two vectors are given. Already their lengths are equal. Suppose. Then you can directly add them. Suppose their lengths are not equal. Then multiply the vectors by some scalars and make their lengths equal, magnitudes equal, and add them. Then you will get a vector in the direction of the angular bisector. So, We want a unit vector in the direction of the angular bisect. That is easy. You find 7a bar plus the 3b bar. After how to make a vector, unit vector in the same direction? By dividing by its magnitude. Okay. So this is very simple. So already a bar is given. So I am calculating 7a bar. Just multiply this by 7. 7i minus 14j plus 14k. 7a bar. B bar is given, multiply B bar by 3. 3B bar is minus 6i plus 18j minus 9k. Now 7a bar, 3b bar will have the same magnitude, 21, 21. Add them. 7a bar plus 3b bar. Simply add these two. 7i minus 6i, I, minus 14j plus 18k plus 4j, 14k minus 9k plus 5k. So this is 7a bar plus 3b bar. Is a vector, it is a vector bisecting the angle between A bar and B bar. Okay, the direction is okay. We want a vector along the angular bisector between A bar and B bar only. But he wants a unit vector. So unit vector means first we have to find its magnitude. How to make a vector unit vector? Just by dividing its magnitude. So 7a bar plus 3b bar we should divide by magnitude of 7a bar plus 3b bar. So I plus 4j plus 5k, that is the vector. What is its magnitude? That should be in the denominator. Root of 1 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. 25 plus 16, 41 plus 1, 42. Root 42. So this vector will be along the direction of angular bisector. Not only that, its length will be just 1 unit only. 7a bar plus 3b bar will be up to here. Such a bigger, longer vector we don't want. We want a vector of only one unit magnitude. So divide by its magnitude, you will get the unit vector. So this is the procedure to find a next question also same type. See. Example 18 is also same type. A bar and B bar are two non-collinear vectors. Then find a unit vector bisecting the angle between A bar and B bar. So this question is general. A bar is not given in terms of ijk, B bar is also not given in terms of ijk. How do you find? So two cases. First you have to always find mod A and mod B. Magnitudes equal or not, we have to see first. Suppose mod A is equal to mod B, their magnitudes are equal. Then what we have to do? Just add A bar and B bar. If the magnitudes are equal, then A bar plus B bar, add them. A bar plus B bar bisects the angle between A bar and B bar because the parallelogram is now a rhombus, and hence the required unit vector is just A bar and B bar. To get the unit vector, divide by its modulus. A bar plus B bar by mod of A bar plus B bar. That will give you the answer. This is when, in which case, if mod A bar is equal to mod B bar only, then you have to adopt this procedure. Suppose second case, mod A bar and mod B bar are not equal. As we have seen in the previous example. Mod A bar is 3, whereas mod B bar is 7. They are not equal. Then what you have to do? Then A bar plus B bar does not bisect the angle between A bar and B bar. A bar plus B bar will be slightly towards the stronger vector only. See, this is one vector, say stronger vector, very long. This is a shorter vector, very weak vector. Then add them by means of parallelogram law. Parallelogram you have completed. This is what? Resultant vector. This resultant vector will be more towards the stronger vector, away from the weaker vector, because the stronger vector is pulling it towards it with more force. Okay. So that is why first what you should do is you should make the vectors of equal magnitude. What is one method? Just divide A bar by mod A bar. Then you will get a vector of 1 unit length. Divide B bar by mod B bar. Then also you will get another unit vector in the direction of B bar. Directions will not change. Direction will be same only, but length will become 1 unit. B bar by mod B bar, direction will be same only, but length will become 1 unit. Now they are of equal magnitude. Add them. Then this vector bisects the angle between A bar and B bar. Okay. So one is longer vector, one is shorter vector. What we are doing is, we should not add them directly. Make it 1 unit vector. This is also make it 1 unit vector. Now this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, add them. You will get a rhombus, the resultant will be along the angular bisector. So add them. So I have added them also. Then this may not be a unit vector. This is 1 unit, this is 1 unit. Resultant may not be 1 unit. But you want a 1 unit vector along the direction of the resultant. So therefore this vector must be divided by its modulus again. So the final formula is this one. A bar by mod A bar 1 unit vector. B bar by mod B bar 1 unit vector. Add them. But this vector, total vector, may not be of 1 unit length. To make it 1 unit length, we have to divide it by its modulus. So modulus and same vector you write in the brackets, that's all. So this is the general method. Suppose what happens if mod A bar is equal to mod B bar for this formula. If mod A bar is equal to mod B bar, this is the answer, is it not? So this formula should change into, the second formula should change into the first formula. If mod A bar is equal to mod B bar, is it changing? See, mod A bar is equal to mod B bar. Suppose mod A bar is k, mod B bar is k. Then 1 by k is common. 1 by k is common. In the bracket you get what? A bar plus B bar, numerator. Denominator. A bar by k plus B bar by k. Again 1 by k is common. That 1 by k comes out of the modulus also because k is positive number. Because modulus of a vector is a positive quantity. 1 by k common. That 1 by k will come out of the modulus also. So the denominator will be 1 by k into mod of A bar plus B bar. This outside 1 by k now gets cancelled. You will get A bar plus B bar by mod of A bar plus B bar. So you will get this formula. So if mod A bar is equal to mod B bar, automatically this formula changes to that form. Okay. Let us see the next example, 19. Right. The point E divides the segment. See the diagram. The point E divides the segment PQ. The point E divides internally in the ratio 1:2. So I have marked 1:2. E divides PQ in the ratio 1:2. Okay. R is any point. So I have taken any point somewhere else. R is any point not on the line PQ. Okay. So R is not on the line PQ. So we have taken it somewhere else, not on the line PQ. Now, if F is a point on QR, Q and R are joined. Now F is a point on it such that QF to FR ratio is 2:1. Q one I have marked. Right, okay. Then show that EF and PR, EF is parallel to PR. E and F we have joined, P and R we have joined, we have to show that they are parallel. So we'll show that we'll find the vectors EF bar and PR bar and show that they are parallel vectors. That is enough. Okay, to show that EF and PR are parallel, find the vectors EF bar and PR bar and show that they are parallel vectors. So origin you can take anywhere. So I am taking origin at point P. P is origin. So PQ bar, that is the position vector of the point Q. Let it be Q bar. So that is why I am writing in the brackets. After a point, if any vector is written in the bracket, it is nothing but its position vector with respect to some origin. So origin is O. So PQ bar is Q bar. So I have written in the brackets. PR bar is R bar. I have written in the brackets. So in the plane, only two vectors are enough. Two vectors enough. See, you take F and say that PF bar is F bar, PE bar is E bar. Like that, you need not take a number of vectors. In a plane, only two vectors are enough. A bar and B bar are two coplanar vectors. And then any other vector in the plane will be in the form XA bar plus YB bar. It will be a linear combination of these two vectors only. You should not take more than two vectors. Always two vectors in the plane. In space, three-dimensional space, three vectors. That's all. So, okay. PQ bar is PQ bar is Q bar, PR bar is R bar. Okay. Now use the ratios. E, 1:2 ratio. Using the section formula, you find position vector of E 1 into that position vector Q plus 2 into this position vector 0 by 1 plus 2, 3. So 1 into Q by 1 plus 2, 3. So Q by 3. Right. Similarly, F's position vector also you can find using the section formula 1:2. 1 into Q bar as here plus 2 into that side R bar by 1 plus 2, 3. So that is the position vector I have written. Now what is our aim? Our aim is to show that EF bar and PR bar are parallel. So let us calculate EF bar. What is EF bar? Position vector of the terminal point minus position vector of the initial point. Here origin is not O but P. PF bar minus PE bar. Okay. EF bar is PF bar minus PE bar. So simply in the diagram you see EF bar. Terminal point what is there? This vector is there. Minus initial point what is there? This vector is there. So this vector minus this vector. That's all. Terminal point minus initial point. That is EF bar. So EF bar is equal to Q plus 2R by 3 minus Q by 3. So here Q by 3 gets cancelled. You will get simply 2R by 3. Now similarly, EF bar is over. Now PR bar. PR bar is what? PR bar, see in the diagram. PR bar. This vector minus this vector is 0 bar. Position vector of that point minus position vector of this point. So R bar minus 0 bar. That means R bar only. See the two vectors now. PR bar is R bar, EF bar is 2 by 3 R bar. Can I write EF bar as 2 by 3 R bar? So in place of R bar, can I put PR bar? So EF bar is equal to 2 by 3 into PR bar. So EF bar is a scalar multiple of the other. One vector is some scalar multiple of other vector, means these two vectors are parallel. Okay. A bar is equal to TB bar. Means what? A bar and B bar are parallel vectors, where T is any scalar. So EF bar and PR bar are parallel vectors because one is a scalar multiple of the other. You can write PR bar is equal to 3 by 2 EF bar. A bar is equal to TB bar. B bar is equal to 1 by T A bar. So any vector can be written as a scalar multiple of the other. So that T is what? Positive or negative? Positive. That means they are in the same direction also. Not only that, they are parallel, they are in the same direction. Where is EF bar? EF bar. See the direction EF bar. Bottom to top. What about other vector? PR bar. This is also from bottom to top. That means they are not only parallel, they are like vectors. Here the positive constant implies that they are like vectors. Okay. Let us see the next one. show that the 4 points are given, they are coplanar. So already this model I have done in the last class. 4 points are given, their position vectors are given. 4 points means their position vectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points position vectors are given. See, 3 points will be always in a plane, but 4 points may be in a plane, may not be in a plane. So we want to prove that they are in the same plane. How do you prove? What is the method I have told you in the last class? 4 points can be converted into how many vectors? When 4 points are given, they can be converted into how many vectors? 3 vectors. Sorry, A, B, C, D, 4 points are given. Take 1 point fixed, join it to all the other 3 points. Put arrows. AB bar one vector, AC bar another vector, AD bar another vector. So 4 points can be converted to 3 vectors. So that is what I have done. AB bar, AC bar, AD bar. AB bar means OB bar minus OA bar. Position vector of terminal point minus position vector of initial point. OB bar means the second vector. OA bar means this first vector. OC bar means the third vector. OD bar means fourth vector. So put all of them here and calculate. You will get 3 vectors AB bar, AC bar, AD bar. Okay, I got the vectors. We have to show that these 3 vectors are coplanar vectors. If the 3 vectors lie in a plane, then the 4 points lie in a plane. If the 3 vectors do not lie in a plane, then the 4 points will not lie in a plane. So how do you prove that 3 vectors are coplanar? So take out of the 3 vectors, take any one of them. Say I have taken AD bar. If AD bar can be expressed as a linear combination of the other 2 vectors, that means AD bar is equal to some x into AB bar plus y into AC bar. If you can express like this and find the values of, if you can find the values of x and y, then they are coplanar. So I am taking like that. AD bar on the left side, x into AB bar, y into AC bar. Okay. Now equate the coefficient of I, j, k both sides. Equating coefficient of I, you will get one equation in x and y, first equation. Equating the coefficient of j, you will get another equation in x and y. Equating the coefficient of k, you will get another equation in x and y. These 3 equations should be consistent. If they are consistent, then the 3 vectors are coplanar. Consistent means what? See, for finding the values of x and y, 3 equations are not needed, only 2 equations are needed. Only 2 equations are sufficient. So for example, you take the first 2 equations and find the values of x and y. If those values of x and y satisfy the third equation also, then we say that the 3 equations are consistent. Some of the solutions of the first 2 equations will not satisfy, they do not satisfy the third equation, then we say that the equations are inconsistent. So if the equations are consistent, then the vectors are coplanar. Inconsistent, they are not coplanar. So first 2 equations I have solved and found the values of x and y. Those values I am putting in the third equation here. I have substituted. Then 2 gets cancelled. 6 minus 3, 3. It is satisfying. Third equation is also saying okay. First 2 persons are saying something. Third person is also saying okay. I am agreeing with you. That means they are consistent. Then if they are consistent, then what? The points, the vectors are coplanar means what? The vectors are coplanar means what? The 4 points are coplanar. So the given 4 points will lie in a plane. Okay students, time is up. We will stop here. Tomorrow we will meet again.